Today we're taking a look at the Air Jordan 3 A Ma Maniere Diffused Blue. And I'll be giving you guys a look at the previous two releases, showing you the different styles, cuts, and materials as well as we go throughout the video. Oh yeah, and if you didn't know by now, my name is DJ, and this is the DNA Show. Hey! Now before we get to unboxing this shoe and going over all the details, you know we gotta go over the history first. So as you guys know, A Ma Maniere has been doing collaborations with Jordan Brand and Nike for several years now. And the first Jordan that hit the scene was the Air Jordan 3 A Ma Maniere, which actually was technically a women's colorway. Now even though they made these in extended sizes because that's how I got my pair, this shoe took the scene by storm and had everybody wanting to have them in their collection, even considering it to be one of the best shoes of the year. And this shoe easily slid in the top 3 for damn near every collector back in 2021. Now a few years had gone by and we started to see other releases as well when it comes to Jordan 4s, 5s, 12, different Nike models, and then we saw a black version of the Air Jordan 3 surface and release in 2024. Now before these had came out, there was a ton of hype behind the shoe. I mean a ton. But again, during the market conditions and what was coming out at the time as well, with the black cement 3s also coming out, this shoe ended up flying way underneath the radar and became very, very affordable, which was the opposite of the situation for the original pair. So now in 2025, we have the third version, and this one is actually technically a men's release. And some may say it resembles the original Air Jordan 3 that they released, but I personally think this is a part of the original 4 OG colorways that came out back in 1988. So these represent the white cement 3s, these would represent the black cement 3s, and now this diffused blue colorway represents the true blue 3s, which only makes me think they gotta be creating a fire red colorway next. Now we don't typically see a lot of red or burgundy type colors when it comes to the A Ma collection, so that could definitely be a huge switch up and something that people don't expect coming in the future. Just like off-white, how we saw classic original colorways like the neutral gray, the UNC, and the Chicago, and then those were recreated into the off-white ones and the 3 different colorways as well. It's very easy to take original colorway and create your own spin and your collaborative design behind it, and that makes it a lot easier for the brand and the collaborator to not fail when it comes to the release and the process of it all. Now this pair was also a part of the For the Love set. So now that you guys know a brief history about this shoe and how we got to this point, let's go ahead and unbox these and talk about the differences between the others as well. So looking at the outside of the box right here, you have an all over A Ma Maniere A, and that's going to be a shroud throughout this. This is going to be exact same as the original Air Jordan 3 that they released. And then underneath that, or on the top of the lid, we should say, this is actually similar to the Air Jordan 4 box, except for the logo is turned the other way. But you have the Jumpman right here with the flight and the light gray text, and then a white glossy lid, and then underneath that on the bottom half it's going to be more of a gray with a white circle here, your Jumpman on the front and the back end of the lid as well. And the size tag reads Air Jordan 3 Retro OG SP White Diffused Blue Anthracite size 13 just for me, and retail on these was $225. Now lifting off the lid of the box right here, you're going to have your all over A Ma paper as well, similar to the shroud like we saw, and then you have your white paper, and then you got the shoe. Oh, you got the shoe. Starting with the outsole, you have your classic Air Jordan 3 bottom right here, but you're gonna have a switch up on the color pattern and the print. Now you're gonna have more of this dark, really charcoal type gray. It almost looks black. And then on the front end of the pod right here, you got your dark blue with the same thing with the Nike branding on the heel area, and then your cell rubber in the middle of that. Now going up to the midsole, this is gonna be covered with 2 different colors. You're gonna have all over cell when it comes to the bottom half and the front end of the 3, classic to the OG color blocking. And then on the front end of the toe, you're gonna have that cell rubber with the cell stitch. And then going to the back end of the shoe, you're gonna see that same blue like you saw on the bottom of the foot, and that matte color as well. Now one big switch up on these compared to the original Air Jordan 3s or the true blue 3s, which I'm comparing them to, is you don't have that elephant print on the shoe. You actually have a hairy suede all throughout, and they decided to eliminate that on all 3 versions. So that is one thing that does stay consistent on the models. Now besides that, on the upper, when it comes to the leather, that's gonna be a tumbled leather on both panels that we see right here. So on this full side panel, and then the mudguard area that we see that wraps around on the front end of the toe. Typically on the Jordan 3, they do a smoother leather on that mudguard area, and then if they did do a tumbled leather, it would be on this panel. But I like how they kept that premium aspect all throughout both parts of the shoe. Now one switch up right here that I did notice on this pair is it doesn't have that piping color switch up. It's just that rough cut like we typically see, and it has that same white color to it. But if you look at the original release, you see on there it has that tan lining all around the cut, and that's definitely going to be a major switch up when it comes to the overall look and presentation of the sneaker from close and far. Hey, real quick, just wanted to let you guys know we're getting really close to 400,000 subscribers, so I need you guys to hit that subscribe button right now. Take a quick second to do that, and also run up the likes for me. Help it get to 1,000 likes on the video as well. Now let's go ahead and get back to it. And oh yeah, my bad. Just so you know, when we get to 400K, I got a big giveaway coming, so make sure you guys subscribe. Now looking at the tongue, that's all gonna be perforated on the bottom half and a nice tumbled leather on the top end. You're gonna see you have a very nice embroidered Jumpman on the right foot and the A Ma Maniere here on the left foot. And these come standard with a pair of white flat laces, but these are a lot more premium than your standard laces, so that is good when it comes to the quality. And then you also have a pair of sail laces. I think if they did maybe like that dark gray or that blue type of lace to add into it, that would be a nice touch instead of the white and the sail. But again, it's all a preference thing. Let me know what you guys think down below. Now looking at the hang tags, it's also going to be similar to the previous releases. You have your Nike Air branding here, translucent, and then the blue color with the accent of the shoe. And then on this tag, you have the A Ma Maniere branding, and it says, quality goods handled with care, inspired by street culture, fashion, and the greatest athlete in history. Spring, summer 2021. And then you have Michael Jordan's signature here on the other part with the Jumpman stamp. Now, one touch that I really love about the A Ma collabs is because it's similar to the Dornbecker 6, and that's one that I always have loved and cherished, is you got that quilted stitch all throughout the back end around the collar. And then on the back end of the tongue right here, you have more of that neoprene type material here all throughout that area as well. And taking out the insole and sock liner, this is going to be a big thing to look at because man, they did a good job on this one. This is probably potentially the best one of the three. So you have that same diamond stitch all throughout. You got that blue material kind of looking like a leather, very, very nice, giving you the ultra premium PE type vibe to the shoe. And then you have the A Ma patch here stitched. And one dope touch that I liked about these as well, look at the back end. It actually has 13 stitched in the back end of the insoles. Now these are Dream Cell insoles, and the original pair came with the worst possible insoles, which was those terrible blue ones. And then the black pair actually came with the polyurethane insoles, which was the best quality, and they actually have it all over A Ma print on those. So when you look at the insoles from the previous three releases, you can see that they're all actually different when it comes to the material, the overall presentation, and the design and color of them. Now going to the back end of the shoe, you're gonna see this is gonna be kind of similar to the first release, but the back tab is actually not as translucent. It just has that sail color to it. And then behind that, similar to the first release, well actually the same, it says all we have is each other on the left foot, and then you have to get comfortable walking alone. So when it comes to sneakerheads and the little details, stuff like that is something that's very, very important to us. I know to everybody else they don't care, but we always like those little touches, especially if we were gonna be paying $225 for a shoe. I think overall, they're earning their keep for the price of this shoe at the retail price point. Now, is it worth that in the resale market? I don't know. But when it comes to retail price and all the different things and the stuff that they added to the packaging and the insoles and the little details on the shoe, I feel like they're doing their job. Let's give it a golf clap for the Jordan brand in the comment section. Now, I have these in order from original release, second release, and third release. And there are definitely other differences between these two shoes. So I wanna run through those real quick. If you guys wanna see a more in-depth breakdown between every single part of these, I can give you those. But I just have a feeling that they're gonna release a fire red version, and then I'll make the in-depth breakdown between the packaging and everything, because there's slight switch ups on these models, even though you might think these are similar. So a big thing is the collar. You see it has the rolled edge right here. The quilt is way different when it comes to the stitching and the overall, I guess how bulky it is, I would say, how padded it is. And then this one is a lot more firm. And then you see it has that rough cut right here. And then on these, it has an even rougher cut with a hairier suede around the collar compared to these. They also have no perforation, which these ones do. And then you can see there's perforation on the middle of the foot, and these ones do not have perforation on the middle of the foot. Now, I understand that the Diffused Blue is the new hot shiny thing right now, but my question is, how do you guys feel about those compared to these three models? So I posted a poll on my Instagram story to see what everybody else said. 78% of the people chose fire, and 22% of the people chose trash when it comes to the Diffused Blue. Now, when I compare them to the OG, 64% of the people chose these, and 36% of the people chose the Diffused Blue, which I had a feeling that would be the case, saying that like These set the tone, changed the game, and it's hard to beat the OG. Now this, on the other hand, definitely had me questioning a couple things because I'm not even sure which one I would pick between this battle, but this is what the people said. 53% of the people chose Diffused Blue and 47% of the people chose the black. So honestly, that's very, very close to a 50-50 battle. I would love to see what you guys think down below. So now it's time for the final results of what people think ranking all of these, and this is what they said. 57% of the people chose the OG, 24% of the people chose the Diffused Blue, and 18% of the people chose the black. I can easily understand or justify any reasoning behind why any of these shoes could be number 1, 2, or 3 on the list. Honestly, I think they did a really, really great job on the collaboration, the packaging, the execution, timing in the market, economy. There's a lot of different factors of what else is coming out as to why people may or may not buy it. But at the end of the day, buy what you like. I like all of these, so I had to cop them all. So I got my fingers crossed, hoping that they do a fire red version of these models right here. And again, if you guys expect that same thing, let me know what you think what the colorway would look like and how they would go about it with the red and the tone of it. And again, we're getting very close to 400,000 subscribers, so make sure you hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in another one.
I would never let you down, it's in my DNA. The only choice I like to make, what I'ma wear today. I would never let you down, it's in my DNA. The only choice I like to make, what I'ma wear today. I was made for it, it's in the DNA.